What's going on, YouTubers? My name is Matthew Salvent. I am a registered nurse and a certified meditation practitioner, and I am here to optimize your life. And what we are going to be talking about in today's video is the illusion of the ego. So this morning, like I do every day, I was going through a couple of passages from one of my favorite books, of course, in Miracles. And there was a passage that really stuck out to me, and it talked about the ego, right? The dynamics of the ego. Now, it was a long chapter, right? But I'm going to sum it up, right? Because the illusion of the ego is truly the only thing that you need to overcome when it comes to peace, joy, materializing your desires. The only thing that you truly need to overcome is the illusion that you are separate from it. When in truth, you aren't, because you are everything, all right? But we'll get to that, all right? Let's break it down. So, the illusion of the ego. What exactly is the ego? Now, the ego is, from my understanding, the ego is an entity that you have created from the physical reality that you see. So when you were a child, when you were a child, you weren't born with an ego. You were born as a spirit. You were born as an extension of God that you are. But over time, as you have been conditioned, right? Like we've all been conditioned, we have been slowly programming an ego that functions in the material world that we see. Now, the ego, from this standpoint, lives in the physical. All it does is see separation between you and I, or you and I, between the tree, between the car. All it does is see separation between things. But the truth is that you are not separate from anything. Because as an extension of the Creator that you are one with the Creator, and the Creator is everything. So the ego, right, has many tricks. Has many tricks to get you to buy into the illusion that you are this separate person and you are experiencing a separate reality. It will give you negative situations, circumstances, negative thoughts, negative emotions, right? Everything of the sort, just to try to get you to buy into the illusion that you are separate. Now, it gets you to buy into it. Why does it get you to buy into it, okay? Why is it trying, right? Why is it trying so diligently and persistent to get you to buy into the illusion that you are separate? And what I'm about to say is going to be the most freeing thing. It is because you are the power. You give the power to everything in your life. You give the power to situations, circumstances, people, thoughts, feelings, emotions, whatever the case is, you give the power and you give the meaning to absolutely everything in your life. So if the ego, right, can get you to buy into the illusion that you are separate from the things that you desire, or that you are separate from this person crossing the street, all right, or whatever, then it is getting power from you. Because you have all the power. You are the power. You are the one power. And there is no other power outside of yourself that is dictating anything in your life. Understand this. People, circumstances, situations, governments, right? Which is a big thing. People in power. Nothing can take your power unless given power by you. You call the shots in your reality. If you say that something outside of yourself is going to affect you, then it is. But also, if you say that whatever goes on outside of myself is not going to affect who I am, then that is also true, because you give the power, you give the meaning to everything in your life. So when you see the ego for what it truly is, right, there's nothing to be afraid of. Genuinely. The same way you sleep, and maybe you go through a dream, right? You experience a dream. Maybe it's a really bad dream, okay? It's a terrible dream. Or maybe it's a great dream, all right? Whatever. When you wake up in the morning, you have the realization, or you remember, or you recognize that it was simply a dream. And then you just let it go. Now, the emotions, the feelings, right, might still be there for a little bit of time, and that's okay. But what do you naturally do? You disidentify with those feelings because you see them for what they are, which was just an illusion. It was just a dream. So even if, even if it's a terrible dream and you still awaken with that feeling, right? You still remember, oh wait, that was just a dream. And then you kind of just relax. You relax and you are relieved because you understand that it was simply a dream. In the same way, the ego can be dissolved. In the same way you awaken from a dream and you remember that it was simply a dream, is the same way you can awaken from the illusion, which is your ego. Because the ego is simply an illusion. Only God exists. Only Source exists. Only the Creator exists. Only consciousness exists. Only energy exists. Whatever term you want to use is not important, but it is the fundamental understanding that there is an energy that is far greater than we can even begin to understand, and it permeates through everything and is everything. So God is the only thing that exists, and nothing but God exists. Therefore, anything that is not of it is an illusion. And as an extension of God, as an extension of Source, as an extension of the universe that you are one with it. This power that is so strong, or so omnipresent that it is in everything, is within you, and you are within it. You are an extension of it, and you are simply learning to become aware that you are. So the notion that you are separate from anything is actually quite comical, because when you understand the deeper truth about reality, which is that only God exists, and anything that is not of it is not true, is an illusion. When you really understand that, then you will see the idea of separation as comical, because it is an illusion. It is an illusion to think that we are separate from anything. So whatever it is that you want to materialize, or even not so much that stuff, but it's just the inner peace that brings. That's more so what I want to concentrate on today. It is the inner peace. Because when you start to truly see reality for the way it is, which is it is all one, and you are reality itself. And you can just let go and drop the illusion that you are separate from anything, because that's all it is. It is simply an illusion. It is an illusion that you are separate from anything. And the ego will try to get you to buy into the fact that you are separate, because it wants your power. It wants to stay alive, just like anything. So dropping it and just remembering that it is not true, that it is an illusion, that anything that you can possibly desire, you already have it because of who you are. You can just simply drop it and let it go. Now, I can go on and on. I truly can, but it's so simple. It's so simple. And the book, of course, made it even more simple. And that is all power is of God. Nothing else. Or what is it exactly? Hold on, give me a second. Give me a second before I chop it up. All power is of God. What is not of God has no power to do anything. And that is how we're going to end this video today. I hope you guys enjoyed this. Well, I know you guys did. And I know that you guys got tremendous value from it. I'll catch you guys on the flip side.